This poem is going to be called Never Ending Story, basically. So, this is going to sound like a joke, but the tone you spoke could make me choke on words I would want to say. And every day we argued and I would shout, and then our relationship had so much doubt. But I know the feelings in which I felt were one of a kind and all for you. I knew you wouldn't mind. The words I told you that chilly night next to the pond, they were true. I could honestly see myself being with just you. You are more than what meets the eye, and yes, there are as many guys like stars in the sky. But when you are around, I could not lie. There was not anyone else that I thought of you. Are an individual, and you are a thief that in the night stole my heart, not on the first day, which both agreed wasn't where it all started. Like the song, I really do miss the first time that we kissed. I respected you. I didn't want to rush at all, because I knew things too fast lead to relationships that were once tall come crashing down in a disgraceful fall. When you told me you had a month or more, I admit I took pity on you. I wasn't excited like I should have been, but I acted it out with maturity and dignity. I was always alone in my home, and my mother said to not let anyone in. But out of the goodness of my heart, I kept you hidden. You had an opportunity to start out fresh and new, but that is not what I saw you do. A job isn't hard to come by, and I never really questioned why you didn't get one soon. I got fired from my job, turns out wasn't good enough, but quickly found out when at the mall where I walked around standing tall. I never thought much of it, the money, all the bullshit, all better in a day or two when I was forced to say goodbye to you. However, that was a poem in like December or whatnot, and I'm trying to keep my things steady. I would like to finish this poem, a story that is hard to begin and one harder to end. Stopping right now means losing a chance to get back my best friend, so we will see what will happen when this is read to you. Most important, your reaction and what it is you'll then do. I wish I could express all the words which may seem pointless, all my words sounding the same, and to some they are lame. But not too long ago, feels like yesterday, you asked what my passion in life is, and that is to write. All my thoughts expressed on different sheets of paper so I can read it out loud and hold on to it later. Sometimes my passion goes on and tends to be deep, that in the night I would cry myself to sleep. Not all the words rhyme, the words I like to flow from my heart, having no end and a terrible start. When I think too hard, there's a huge middle. Not too hard to read, though, I despise writing in riddles. When I think about you, my mind races, and my words fill the empty spaces. Now, that was from my heart. Well, that was actually from my mind. And it's very, very hard, but all of it started with the feeling of loneliness, as well as wanting a person to come into my life to help end all of my strife. That would be hard to come by because 9 to 14 hours a day, 7 days a week was the only way I could fix the little leak. I don't mean in a creek, but in my heart is what I speak. The time of year was around the middle of the summer, and trust me, I would walk to work raining and thunder. My job allowed me to have a decent paycheck. It allowed me to pay my gas, electric, and rent. I admit I binged on food every chance that I could get. Believe me, those were moments I wish I could forget. When even, however, I was walking under my familiar bridge, there was a boy. I didn't really look. He held a skateboard, which I thought at first was a book. To this day, we both obviously can agree the only thing it took was 3. How old are you? Where are you from? And what is your number? The night went by with a few texts, and then it took a little bit later for us to talk. And then we went for a really long walk. And then, this is what I have to remember from, memory, but when I went to the mall, I found out realized how tall. The color of your eyes unique, and the way that you speak was like angels. And that I know didn't rhyme. But, it really did start on a beautiful night, walking home in the darkness, having very little light. Only thing out was the shining of the stars, 12 o'clock, and not too many cars. You see, again, before I had the adventure that changed my life, I felt lonely. I needed somebody to get rid of the strife. And somehow you were the answer to all my wants and needs. That is why I always plead. I want to be cool, calm, and chill. And that is really why I'm getting some help, even if it's with a pill. I argue with myself whether to wait another year. I wanted to be able to find myself, my anxiety, my biggest fear. Being old enough to legally drink, I really hope you won't change the way that you think. I am envious on how easy life seems to you, because work is all I really know how to do. But I am also afraid to have nothing at all. I'm afraid to have to start. I'm afraid to have nothing at all. So many times I picked up whenever I would fall. I've lost so much, I don't want to be poor. However, I know your life is harder, and I wish I could do more. I would like to be able to do a lot more. This poem is not finished, not till the day that I die, but all that I add is no lie. But from the end to the start, you inspire my heart to not close the door all the way, because maybe one day you and I will meet up again, and I will be able to accept you as a great friend. See, I see so much potential. You're just misunderstood. There was a reason that we met, and I hope the reason was good. And it's going to be hard to forget those times when we looked into each other's eyes, and only truthful feelings with no device all came out without any doubt. And we are not here for the present or even the past, but more than anyone else could understand the dreams that will continue. Shared because even you already admitted, before I went crazy and became super lazy like a Grinch who stole Christmas, you actually cared. No one else, again, can inspire me like you have done. And to be honest, once again, it is fun. And to be able to concentrate on my thoughts, trying to write it down before I choke her down. The passion I have is so great, it makes me rhyme the word great with fate. At one time, it may not be too late. You love the way that I laughed, and I loved watching your smile. It's like an old vintage shirt that never goes out of style. I'm afraid to stop, and don't worry, I'm not hopped on any kind of drug, but instead bitten by an inspirational bug. I want to keep going on and on, but I'm afraid I need to put this on hold. Your eyes are more valuable than any diamonds or gold. The gates that go straight to your soul, they're so perfect, you may say it turns a girl like me into a fool. Brighter than any two stars, making my feet into jello, my heart straight to Mars. Whenever you look, however, at little old me, I'm curious as what you actually see. I want to be like you, happy, my soul set free. And as I lay here, I'm going to cry myself to sleep. Do you remember that time I would run my fingers through your hair? You told me it felt good, and it kind of compared to those times when your mother would do it to lull you to sleep. A world in which all fantasies would come true. As a child and even now, although going through a lot of trouble, heartbreak, and pain would drive any sensible woman or man insane. But those fantasies and dreams only you can see, I do want to share with you. But only alone will you come upon your destiny, and hopefully that will cause you happiness of eternity. I wanted to say you love me, and I love you, so hold me in your arms for eternity. But that again, without a doubt, I can't accept. It is not what I or you are supposed to be about. And of course I worry, will I set my pen down and finish this story? But I'm not quite tired yet. Matter of fact, I'm quite wired, and I wish I could suppress all these words which may be pointless. All the words sounding the same. I cannot jump off buildings, so my passion seems lame. You did one day actually ask what it is that I love to do again, and that is to show you my thoughts on a blank piece of paper so I can read out loud and throw away later. That's all random now, my Seroquel finally kicking in, but I'm tired of not writing or singing all of it bottled up and held in. But the words again are true. They're almost up to date, and it's getting real late. I wonder what it is you're actually doing. Are you playing? Are you high? Or at a bar? You remember why you skate, free run, and parkour. It is your life, and by far, one day after you attend college, I could picture you as a stunt double or even that famous star. School should be fun. Just be careful and watch out for those people with the loaded guns. So what if I'm sad, lonely, and scared? All I wish is to have for you to be near. I would give you all that I could. Isn't that what a good friend should? Because even if only a friend, as hard as that might be, this is important. Because even if only a friend, as hard as that may be, sex is all I really have had, and you've never asked that of me. You are a dear deep down underneath of all those hardened walls. You're the biggest, sweetie, so always stand tall. I wish the whole world would finally see your worth, set in stone, your life's destiny. And trust me, this is the first of many this year. You're in for a treat, my little dear. My passion is too much sometimes. That's why a lot of words like to rhyme in my head and of course my heart. Poetry has really no end in sight. And again, but a middle that might be just a riddle. For real, all this comes out freely and is how I feel. At the park, In the dark, we would talk and swing. The gentle wind flowing through the trees, I've always been fascinated about the birds and the bees. And all the beautiful stars, but looking to yours made me realize that heaven really isn't that far. Patience and waiting like a bunny you really are once mistreated your heart with its own scars. Bottled are your emotions in almost a full jar. Needs to be let out with a few shouts so your mind may be at peace and your heart at final ease. This is a poem I'm afraid for you to see. You and I have different perspectives of what is actual reality. But if I don't write it down, my mind will go insane like a kitty cat in the rain. And thoughts, please stop, go away. I only want a few each and every day. But with every word that I've written, none of it's all the way right. So maybe a fresh start and waiting another year would be better for the mind, body, soul, and heart. You're the only one I want and the only one to show my hard work, my passion, which again I wish to grow. But for some reason, I rather worry and rush us into a big old hurry. And remember when you and I were not a we walked in my trailer, both our friendships were free, holding hands and walking. We smiled all the way. Awkward little moments interrupted when I would say some random story, whether it was about a tree, a rock, even the simplicity of a sock. But later on I became clingy, wanting you to spend every second kissing me. Way too fast, it did not last, left my trailer really trash, but I made money, fixed all that I could. If it was broken, but that moment on, never spoken. One big fuss. In a rush, all we were ended. Facebook I unfriended, but not before I wrote an apology that was in a private message for your eyes only to see. Chris, I wrote you it. You were mad, and there is a reason for everything. One thing leads to another. Respect is all but hanging by a thread. So much money spent for it all to end. But why not continue that adventure with trust? Twists and turns. Odd enough, let's dress up and wear nothing but feathers and go for a walk the streets. I don't mind what kind of weather. And I can remember no matter how mad or glad, scared or sad, it never really mattered because you as you and me as me always clicked and had fun together. Dark night and sun bright, both are you, moon and stars. You're the only one in the sky that makes me want to spread my wings literally and figuratively around the world and to unfurl, let my hair down. It's up way too long, and you like my eyes, smile, hair, and body. Laugh and all I work for. I promise to be more of a girl. 2015, I'm still chasing the past. Oh, well, no. Time I work. Gosh, to be you, I'd be happy. Under the moon, stars, and in the morning sun, you have been most definitely the one. All my heart and friends I'm willing to be. I got your back, don't worry. I'll help push you forward and keep you from going back to all that has happened. All the bad needs to be behind you, left in the past. So the future is better. You just have to remember, when you really need me, I will come on call as quick as I can. I'll help you stand tall. In the rain, snow, winter, summer, spring, and fall, the two of us can conquer it all. Attention spam of a squirrel. I'm passionate about my inspiration to write. I want to read it all to you, but my heart fights with my mind saying, leave it all that was at first behind. No point of trying to be even friends when eventually, by the end, I want to be around you constantly. I know that is crazy, but it's how I feel. It's harder to be around you now because I know that somehow I will push you too far. You're already on the ledge, about to jump off. Please don't do it. Don't want you to go. I'd rather try my hardest to show all that is possible. Being with you is like already heaven. You're the dream turned into a reality. Oh, so close. Please don't let us start over. Your voice, soft-spoken, the only frequency to be able to shatter the diamond-like walls of my heart. I never thought the frequency at which you spoke could be the only one to make my heart beat. And when you use your soothing words, it can shatter all the matter of the diamond-like walls, which are 10 million feet tall. They drop to the ground, never again to be found. I wish sometimes you would go away to build them up so I won't make myself feel hurt. Because trying to find another heart is harder than replacing a brother, and which you grew up with, together forever. And my mom always told me to write things down. It's hard to do. I don't want you to frown. I hoped I'd get to see you and be able to read this only to you, because of now I'm really thinking all about. You have finally said, after a year, it's finally making sense in my head. everything you told me that I didn't listen to, that I didn't hear, that I didn't comprehend. Do you understand? It's in my head, sir. It's in my mind. It's in my soul. It's in my body. I just want to be cool. The present is all I wish to talk about. Ladat says it all. Please still let our friendship not fall. This is the most that I've written for anyone. It won't stop. I'm bored. I exercise to turn my brain off when it comes to you, but you get to show your talents. Now please listen to what I have to say. Allow me to be the sun of your day. I'm not writing of lust, but of caring. So read this to you as high will we be sharing. You not sleep, willing to keep pushing forward and keep from moving on. I don't know what I'd do if you were gone. So even though you believe in no God, I am willing to pray you are safe every day, getting back up when you, like Humpty Dumpty, tumble and fall off the next building or even wall. A poem is a story that I am having a hard time letting go, when it means not having anyone to start the fire to dry my heart to write. I said, sitting at home, perusing through YouTube, searching for a song that relates to us two, but irritated, aggravated, I'm not having any luck. My heart was sad, my mind was stuck. So I give up, I give in, all the good songs hit in, I head to bed, and that's when I read. I have this feeling that the songs sung a million times like to repeat themselves. Each line is the same type of rhyme. As I am drifting about to sleep, my mind sparks a plan. Instead of written by a man who sings about his own life, why not get out your own thoughts? I won't use a knife. So I began to write each meaning a little newer at the end. It's all the same words like theirs, but that's okay because it's not pretend. That I write you may see, read, listen, ignore. Up on me, but please stop being inspirational. Stop posting YouTube because I can't. I can watch them from a distance, and to me that's not enough. I want you in arm's distance so that I can keep in touch. Not to be weird and creep you out, but it's really hard to believe you're the dream in a real life, an actual reality. But the thing I try to understand so I can lend a helping hand. Are you ready to accept me truly as your friend? Or do you want what's happening to be just for pretend? See, I'm willing to give up my money. I'm willing to give up my home just so you can be happy. Because I would like to know when the story ends. You never hesitate to go skate, even if it's really late. Danger Stunts is your middle name. I bet you if you could, you would really change. Another thing important, please be careful not to fight. I don't want you to hit anyone and fear you will be gone. Way past the time that comes, your life doesn't need to be on the streets and on the run. You are smart, you are intelligent, it's just a lot of people don't get that your passion keeps you happy, learning new tricks to show off in your new movie. You don't know, you don't understand that I want to give you a helping hand to allow you to keep in your ways and keep inspiring me each and every new day. No matter what I had to say, I do hope in every way I can keep on writing just for you. It keeps me busy. Again, all of it not false but true. I cannot believe I forgot the bridge, the 3 questions you said you were the king, because I'm not that. I am the one that asked for your number, and I sometimes think and wonder, would I have not crossed your path at all? Would I still be working? You still with your parents? All of this be different? But you have been the reason that I have come so far, so I am grateful. You're my golden star. I can hear the rain, and it's a pitter-patter on the roof, same one you used to sit upon. I remember that day very clearly. I bragged at work about not kissing you. I showed your videos. I know that's lame, but it made my heart happy because no one is the same as you. You're unique, including the way that you speak to you. Way you speak. Smile how the world becomes better when you are there. I liked you with each new guy. I would talk about you all the time. And I've tried so many times to cover how I feel, but like a fish on a hook, I'm waiting to be reeled. Notice and finally in that awesome that you confidently be, but I can't be an enabler. That would be bad for you. One day you will see. All of that is going to make you mad, but I have to get it out of, and I went crazy. I could not keep cool, money, food, working. I was stressed. It's so sad how bad I want to be next to you, and everyone is lucky because I get to be around you, and I have no way unless at night, but if I wait, it will be too late, and I keep wanting to just hesitate. But out of it all, I want you to know, don't think that I don't miss every moment that we didn't kiss. Because being around you was enough. Times were easy and nothing was too tough. And please reach your hand out to me. I'm getting too lost and lonely. Only people who want to talk just want to take all that I got. Split down the middle, I am hard on myself and I don't know which way to go. All I actually really know is if you allow me to use my creativity, Christopher Reed Murphy, I can once again make you happy. And all of this encouragement, not too much negativity. But that's something I don't like to cross my mind. With you, I like to stay blind. And all this energy, if not used wisely, turns into anxiety. But when I'm done here, it'll all go away. All that fear of even the unknown of the very next day. Chris, I know it's not very much,